Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to my second retro reversed. Basically, on this channel, or this, I guess, would be a channel. If you didn't see my original, we're taking a look at the older toys. Don't have much of the older ones anymore, but I do have some. And I'm kind of hoping to get more. Ooh. I believe the retro reverse, we got to see the two old Star Wars figures of mine, Vader and Jango Fett. Today, got something for you guys that I hold dear, which is professional wrestling. I've been trying not to collect any of the wrestling figures. Unfortunately, I do have wrestling figures, just 4 of them. To be fair, it is a 4-pack of old school wrestling figures. I wanted to try and look it up on eBay to see how much it's worth. I honestly don't think it's worth anything right at the moment, unless you're a fan. For me, I am a huge fan of wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling, WWF at the time, USWA, GWF, New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling. Anything I could find of wrestling, I tried to look up, tried to buy old videotapes, rent old videotapes. I remember back then we had NWA, then NWA became WCW. And then WWE bought WCW. Remember ECW. Here in Hawaii, we've had some pretty insane promotions. IXWF, I think. NWA Hawaii. We had quite a few promotions. When I started in the business, it was AZW, Action Zone Wrestling. Now we have OOS Pro Wrestling, Unified Championship Entertainment. It's been a long road for myself in the business. But I remember after WCW was bought out by WWF and the figures of WCW became harder to find, I remember going to, back then, what was known as Daiei Holiday Mart, which was basically a Japanese-owned store that was trying to be American. They had so the Daiei I grew up with had some incredible toys. all Japanese. I mean, literally that was my intro to Japanese toys. That was, I had the original Diaclone Dinobots, the entire 5 set before they even came to America. The Japanese Soundwave, the original Soundwave, that was actually a radio that could do AM and FM, which blew my mind to have a Transformers. And then come to find out, the American version never had that. But when, I guess, Holiday Mart was slowly trying to get rid of their toys section, and literally all they had was American toys instead of the Japanese toys, and it was very 5 to 7 year old type of toys. I remember walking in there one day just for the hell of it, looking around, thinking, oh my god, this sucks. This is not what I remember growing up with. Looking up and seeing a WCW figure set that I had to have. It is a special WCW collector's edition of the Four Horsemen. Not the original, of course, but the Ric Flair, Benoit, Malenko, and Mongo. I really would have wanted the original. Arn, Tully, Barry. But I've never seen this before anywhere. And I've never seen it again. And this was on the top shelf where they put the restocks and only had one. I remember looking up going, because all I saw was that, the Four Horsemen and them. And I was thinking, what in the hell is that? So I had one of the workers actually climb up a ladder and get it. And it was the actual 4 set figures. And I remember telling them, you know what, I'll take it. Especially for the price. I remember it wasn't that much. It was below 15 bucks. And the worker, I remember the worker's face looking at me pissed off. So the greatest thing about this is there is a bio for each of the characters. It's basically their name is like Ric Flair, their height 6'1", their weight 245, hometown Charlotte, North Carolina, and the signature move is the figure 4. Chris Benoit, height 5'10", weight 220, hometown Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, signature crippler crossface. Dean Malenko, 5'9", Weight 216. Hometown Tampa, Florida. Signature Texas Cloverleaf. Steve Mongo McMichaels. Height 6'2". Weight 270 pounds. Hometown Austin, Texas. Signature move, the spike. For those who don't know what the spike was, it was a very bad tombstone pile driver. Uh, Honestly, I don't fault Steve. He's not a professional wrestler. He was a former football star that was brought in to do commentary that turned into a wrestler. He had several bad matches. And I remember at least once of him tombstoning a guy and actually almost knocking the guy out. And I remember they tried to pair him with several other superstars. Jeff Jarrett, Kurt Hennig, trying to find somebody who could carry him. Honestly, I don't know if he he loved professional wrestling. He loved being in the business. But I don't know if he saw it as anything more than a business to try harder to become a professional wrestler. But I'll be honest, I've seen a lot worse than him. So, uh, for tag teams, I definitely love Arn and Ole, Arn and Tully, Benoit and Flying Brian Pillman made a great tag team. Benoit and Malenko made a great tag team. But, I mean, they knew each other for a very long time. Probably longer than WCW was in business. There is a bio here of the Four Horsemen. Long before the NWO, the New World Order, was formed, the Four Horsemen was the dictionary definition of a wrestling gang. Strong, proud, and revered, they were the cheap shot, sneak attack experts of an earlier era. They were the masters of the lightning fast attack. That was their way. The names have changed over the years, but their mission statement has remained intact. And as simple as ever, win at all costs. In 1998, Ric Flair reformed the fabled Four Horsemen to help put the NWO out of business. Joining the Nature Boy in his crusade are the three of the most talented wrestlers in WCW. Dean Malenko, or Dean the Man of 1,000 Moves Malenko, Chris the Crippler Benoit, and Steve Mongo McMichaels. Each of these warriors is formidable alone, but together they are unbeatable. Fans worldwide show their support for this team with the familiar four-finger salute. One thing is for sure, the Four Horsemen are the team of the millennium. the most talented wrestlers in WCW? Hard to say. Benoit, Flair, Malenko, definitely. Uh, Unfortunately, Malenko was never able to carry a character. I think the best character he had was the Iceman. Honestly, I think they should have paired Malenko and Mongo. Although Benoit and Malenko made a hell of a tag team. There's still a proof of purchase, and it says 4 Horsemen. So I'm pretty sure they were trying to have points for these. There's a website, visit the WCW.com website. This was made by Toy Biz and Marvel Comics. There's a customer service number for Toy Biz and Marvel's website. Not the Horseman I wanted, but not too shabby either. I definitely want to look up how much this I could get for this. I'll be honest, if I can find Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham, Brian Pillman, Sid Vicious, maybe create a group of wrestlers. I wonder how this would look compared to today's. As far as wrestling figures go, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say never. I'll be honest, there are a few people I would love to get. And hopefully someday maybe get signed. Of course, Haku, Afa and Sika, Fatu and Samu. I mean, come on. We're in Hawaii. These are island people. I would love to get a Yokozuna. It's weird. Uh, Definitely would love to get Ethan Page's figure. At least one. Leva Bates. Probably Statlander. If I can find a Su Young. Certain figures, certain people. I've been thinking about picking up AEW's Pac. I know Super 7 has started making wrestling figures. And there is, I believe, 8 out right now. I'll be honest, if they actually created Jeff Cobb, I'd pick him up instantly. Jushin Liger, would love to get a Liger. Wild Pegasus, would love a Wild Pegasus. Hayabusa, would love Hayabusa. Great Muta, definitely need one for him. Don't know where I'm going to put all of these, but anyway, that's it for this one. Stay tuned for more of these. I do have at least 2 more coming. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe. Aloha.